Have you ever texted someone, seen the 2 blue ticks, and nothing? Hours go by. Days. Maybe even weeks. No reply. Yet you see them online, liking posts, watching stories, and probably replying to others. So you start wondering, did I say something wrong? Are they ignoring me? Or are they just like that? But here's the real question. Why do some people not reply to chats? Is it disrespect? Disinterest? Or something much deeper about how their mind works? Stick with me till the end, because what you'll discover might completely change how you see being ignored. Not replying to messages isn't always about rudeness. In fact, many times it says more about what's happening inside a person than how they feel about you. So, let's break down the 4 main psychological reasons people leave your messages unread, and you might just recognize yourself in one of them. 1. The overthinker. Imagine this. Someone gets your message. They read it instantly. They start typing a reply, then stop. They think, what if this sounds weird, or what if they misunderstand me? So they decide to reply later. But later never comes. This isn't arrogance. It's anxiety in disguise. Psychologists call this social overthinking, when your brain replays conversations like movie scenes, analyzing every word before you even send it. For these people, replying to a message isn't just typing. It's performing. It feels like pressure. And so, they delay. Not because they don't want to talk, but because their mind won't let them relax enough to respond naturally. Ironically, they care too much, not too little. 2. The overloaded mind. Now picture another person. Their phone buzzes constantly, group chats, work messages, notifications, reminders. By the time they finally see your text, their brain is already juggling a dozen things. They think, okay, I'll respond once I'm done with this. But by the time they're done, they've forgotten the message even exists. This is what psychologists refer to as cognitive overload, when the brain is so cluttered with incoming information that smaller tasks, like replying to a message, get lost in the noise. It's not that they don't value you. It's that their attention is stretched thin across too many things. In today's world, people are drowning in digital noise. And for some, silence is simply a survival response. 3. The emotionally drained. Then, there are people who open your chat and just stare. Not because they don't have time, but because they don't have energy. When someone's emotionally exhausted, even simple things like replying to, "Hey, how are you?" can feel heavy. It's not laziness, it's emotional fatigue. Psychologists call this ego depletion, when your mental and emotional energy runs so low that your brain starts avoiding anything that requires effort, even social connection. So, if you text someone who's going through a tough time and they don't reply, it's not rejection. It's their nervous system saying, "I can't handle one more thing right now." Sometimes, silence is a form of self-protection. 4. The emotionally independent. And finally, we have the people who don't reply simply because they don't feel the need to. They're not angry. They're not busy. They're just detached. These are the people who live more in their inner world than their inbox. They don't chase validation through constant communication, and they rarely feel pressure to maintain online presence. This mindset is linked to emotional independence, a state where a person's peace doesn't rely on constant interaction. For them, not replying isn't an insult. It's a quiet way of saying, "I'm fine being alone." Psychologically, this is tied to self-determination theory, which suggests that true happiness comes from autonomy, the freedom to choose when and how to engage. So when they go silent, it's not distance, it's boundaries. But here's the twist. Whether someone doesn't reply because they're anxious, busy, drained, or independent, all these reasons point to one truth. How we handle communication reveals how we handle connection. People who fear judgment delay replies to avoid discomfort. People who feel overwhelmed delay replies to escape pressure. People who are emotionally drained avoid replies to preserve energy. And people who are independent skip replies because they value inner peace over digital noise. In other words, how fast, or slow, someone replies isn't about typing speed. It's about emotional speed. How fast their mind processes, how heavy their heart feels, or how much space they need to breathe. And maybe, that's not something to take personally. So the next time someone doesn't reply to your message, pause before assuming they don't care. Because behind that silence, there might be anxiety, burnout, exhaustion, or peace. And if you are the one who struggles to reply, maybe now you understand yourself a little better too. Maybe it's not that you're cold or careless, you're just coping in your own way. Because the truth is, silence in the digital world isn't always rejection. Sometimes, it's reflection. Sometimes, it's protection. And sometimes, it's maturity. So the real question is, which one are you? Are you the overthinker, the overloaded, the exhausted, or the independent? Whichever it is, it says something powerful about how you relate to the world. If this video made you pause for a moment or helped you understand yourself or someone else, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Because here, we dive deep into the kind of psychology that actually explains you.